And I knew a bit about her. I knew how she grew up. I knew that she kind of was one of these people. What tends to be the case is that when you grow up with everything, you create things out of nothing because you're looking for struggle in your life because it's satire, right? He's arguing that, satire, and it is, satire is protected speech, and that when he assumed this nice pool character, oh, well, you got hurt feelings, but it does not rise to an actual defamation.
Hi, dears. Word on the street is Blake Lively straight up sweating bullets after Candace Owens slapped her with a jaw-dropping $100 million lawsuit. Folks whispering that Owens got the receipts showing Blake been playing dirty, twisting stories and flipping deals while smiling cute for the cameras. Now insiders say this the messiest legal storm Blake ever faced, and sis trying to hush it all up before her whole image and Hollywood hustle end up getting dragged through the mud.
What kind of a monster even goes through with this CRD filing and doesn't include the proper context of these things? Like, he showed me a pornographic video on the phone.
Every time Candace Owens flashes another so-called receipt, Blake Lively's picture-perfect image keep cracking, exposing a woman folks say is cold, bossy, and dead set on always getting her way. If Owens really wins this round, Blake might not dodge the smoke. The street's already heated, fans mad as hell, calling her fake and saying they feel played. Social media dragging non-stop, with folks swearing this whole mess proves Blake ain't the sweet lil angel she been selling to the world for years.
Not have said, quote unquote, hurt feelings and saying, like, they're basically bullying him again in the lawsuit. And I'm going, guys.
Viewers now got Blake Lively pegged as the top villain in this messy saga, demanding she spit out a real apology. Something like, "I'm sorry I lied. I acted foul." Fans swear she fell apart the second that court paper hit, and plenty say she trying to strong-arm her way out again by clapping back with another lawsuit. Word is Blake stuck deep in panic mode as Candace Owens' case shines a light on her selfish streak, and the whole situation looking like it's spinning straight off the rails.
If they lose in the real court, obviously they're going to lose hundreds of millions of dollars that are at stake, but also in the court of public opinion, hundreds of millions of dollars are at stake. And so this filing to dismiss is essentially him saying, like, nah, 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 boo-boo, I'm a defamation.
Plenty folks now think Ryan Reynolds about to catch even heavier defamation smoke as his shaky defense crumbles, leaving him and Blake Lively wide open. Blake's public shine dropping fast, her Hollywood crown cracking right before our eyes. For somebody who once strutted like the game was her kingdom, flipping that blonde hair with queen bee swagger and running a tight lil clique, this humiliation hitting hard. Then March 2025 rolled in like a runaway truck, crashing straight through the empire she worked so hard to stack.
For this on my show, totally understandable legal maneuver. Of course, you're going to try to get your clients dismissed from the lawsuit. So we're seeing that from Leslie Sloan. We're seeing that.
It started looking real obvious that Blake Lively was the true aggressor in this messy showdown, with bombshell after bombshell dropping. First, Justin Baldoni clapped back with a counter lawsuit. Then Brian Friedman dumped a jaw-dropping 170 pages of texts and receipts online, fanning doubts that had already been growing since the Times cracked open Blake's sweet girl facade. Fans been side-eyeing for years, and the Taylor Swift comparisons only made folks more suspicious. Justin's socials, glowing with real kindness, made it harder to paint him as the bad guy. Finally, Candace Owens snapped, calling out Blake's non-stop games and blasting her with a lawsuit, loud, public, and impossible to dodge.
I would not have said, quote unquote, hurt feelings and saying, like, they're basically bullying him again in the lawsuit. And I'm going, guys, that's not good. Don't do that. Like, this is not a great way to argue, especially because they've got you on this.
Oh no. Blake clapped back loud, flipping Hollywood's whole script on its head. For years, she acted like she could spin any story, cheesing for cameras on the carpet while pulling strings in the shadows. Born into privilege, Blake clearly thought she could stir drama anytime she got bored, always sure the world would bend her way. But now, with Candace Owens dragging her through court, reality hitting hard. Word is Blake spiraled, screaming, crying, throwing fits, wilding out like a spoiled diva finally forced to face the truth. Sis ain't the center of the universe.
There's 5 other claims. He's got extortion, he's got false light, and everything immediately falls apart there. But I'm saying,
when Brian Friedman dropped them heavy receipts, It tore down the fantasy castle Blake Lively been building for years. She spent forever polishing that image of perfect wifey, doting mama, and flawless starlet, but all it took was Candace Owens stepping in court with cold evidence to rip the mask clean off. The fallout got folks shook, and some even call it karma as the drama spills deep into Hollywood's money veins. Big coins at risk, careers hanging low, reputations burning, and lawyer bills stacking sky high. Trust in these A-listers disappearing fast, all cause Blake couldn't check her wild tantrums or let go of that obsession to run everything and everybody. From movie studios to PR teams, ain't no corner of Hollywood safe from the storm she kicked up.
He's basically saying, well, I didn't receive any money. And it's like, buddy, extortion is a lot bigger than that. You made threats to go public with harassment claims.
The public eating this tea up like it's the hottest reality show of the year, fueled by the fact a whole lot of fans already fed up with Blake. Step in her so-called knight in armor, Ryan Reynolds, looking goofy as he scrambles to vanish from Justin Baldoni's lawsuit like some magician messing up a cheap trick. By March 2025, Ryan trying to slide out the case, acting like he just a helpless hubby watching his wife tear it all down. But folks Callan cap, since he the same one gleefully spreading whispers and labeling Baldoni a harasser at Hollywood parties.
They have definitely met, I would say, the preliminary standard to go through.
Ryan told the judge his messy comments was just opinion or jokes, but that weak defense ain't sticking. Callan, somebody a harasser in front of the press, ain't no playful clownin'. With charges of coercion, false light, and more stackin' heavy, it's hard to picture the court letting him slide. Ryan even tried to dodge the extortion talk, claiming he ain't never pocketed a dime, but critics quick to clap back. Extortion ain't about cash. It's the threats that cut deep and make it criminal.
And my guess is when we get to that discovery, there's going to be a lot stronger defamation claims.
Leaked receipts hint Ryan was out here allegedly threatening to push fake stories just to help Blake snatch control of a joint project. Fans buzzing heavy over Ryan's private texts with Hugh Jackman, messages he clearly praying never see daylight. The chatter wild, with folks wondering how much messy trash talk Ryan might have been spilling on Justin behind closed doors if them convos ever leak.
You know, if Hugh Jackman, anyone getting deposed who's got to make arrangements for it, if they have to get their own lawyers or whatever it is, and here's Ryan, should be looking.
Legal tea spillin', that defamation charges on Ryan Reynolds about to blow up, especially if them private texts get dragged in as evidence. Big shot lawyer Brian Friedman runnin' the case ain't holding nothing back, straight up saying Ryan helped wreck Justin Baldoni's career and drop an argument sharp as a championship debater. If Ryan gotta drag folks like Hugh Jackman into them depositions, this could spiral into endless lawyer bills and pure schedule drama. But no matter what, the heat circles back to the real villain of the saga, Blake Lively. Online, her name dirt, with fans calling her a spoiled, entitled diva whose whole mask done collapsed.
Imagine the text messages between him and Hugh Jackman as they're putting together all of these scenes. I mean,
Candace Owens came swinging in them court papers, dragging Blake Lively as a woman who don't lift a finger, but always leave pure chaos behind. Born into privilege, sitting pretty in Hollywood with her A-list clique, Blake allegedly cooked up a cutthroat scheme to ruin folks' names and wreck lives the second she felt her power slippin', exposing the ugly side she'd been hiding behind that polished good girl image.
Losing here, and these people have to be furious. I mean, they're all going to have to pay for the
Candace Owens ain't bite her tongue, calling Blake Lively a messy, insecure drama queen who feed off chaos. The lawsuit breaking down how Blake allegedly turned the media into her own weapon, using a flashy New York Times spread like it was her personal megaphone, leaving out the real tea while painting Justin Baldoni as the villain in her little storyline.
But boy, I mean, it's just like, it's kind of embarrassing, right?
As more and more details pour in about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's upcoming wedding, including Flavor Flav wanting to officiate it, the real question is, how did Blake Lively react?
The tea is piping hot. Folks close to Blake out here clowning, with some wild quotes about her lil reactions and baby. Taylor just hit her with the coldest snub yet. Epic ain't even the word. But hold up, before we dive into that shade, let's rewind to this so-called wedding of the century, cause new details keep spilling. Word is, it's gone be real low-key and private, not no stuffy royal mess. Now, every gossip outlet got bets on who's standing up in the bridal party. Selena? The Haim sisters? Miss Blake herself? Questions flying, rumors piling, and the tea kettle whistling. A source swears the vibe's gone be way more chill than anybody expected. But baby, folks lost their minds when news broke that your English teacher and gym teacher tied the knot. Rumor has it, don't expect no Buckingham Palace production. Now, let me tell you, the engagement ring? Phew, sitting pretty close to a cool $1 mil jewelry expert's consignment, too. Makes sense though, right? Taylor sitting on billionaire coins, so you know The Rock had to hit different. So boom, they was just about to step out for dinner when Travis hit her with, "Let's grab a glass of wine." Next thing you know, outside on the scene, he drops the big question. Baby, it was a whole moment. And get this, tea straight from Travis's own daddy, who spilled extra details on how it all went down. So yeah, it's official now, ring on finger, question asked. And nope, don't expect no crown or carriage. Word is they want it cute, simple, and down to earth. But that ain't stopping folks from running they mouths. Even Flavor Flav jumped in talkin' about he wanna officiate. Y'all, imagine him hollerin', "Yeah, boy," at the vows. Drop in the comments if you'd live for that mess. Anyway, the lovebirds popped out for the first time since the engagement. Sis already in white, okay? They hit up a college football game, given hometown vibes. So she pulled up with her brother, and his brother too, matter of fact. And listen, props to Sis for actually showing up for his world, cause not every boo trying to sit through something they don't vibe with. But she out here clapping in the bleachers, leaning into football life, and chilly. You know you gotta love the game if you tryna lock down Travis Kelce. Cameras caught her front and center at that game, folks showering her with congrats left and right.
Cute moment.
But hold on, let me keep it real. I'm happy for them, FR. Like, good for the couple. But you know who ain't smiling about it? Miss Blake Lively. Phew, here come the drama. Biggest sign? Taylor and Blake's Lil. Friendship done flatlined. Obvious as daylight. Ick why Swifties TALKIN this long to catch on, but Taylor been iced her out. Period. And that should tell y'all something. To everybody still riding for Blake, let me ask, how you explain all them snubs? Somebody gotta make it make sense. Cause at this point, Taylor ain't defending Blake. She done with Blake, that's exactly how Blake feelin'. But Taylor? Nah. Sis is doing everything but riding for her. She out here swerving Blake left, right, center, straight up snubbing her. Let me point out something I clocked late. Taylor waited till the day after Blake's birthday to drop that engagement bomb. Now imagine if she announced it on Blake's birthday. Phew, the headlines would have been a bloodbath. Honestly, Taylor was smart enough, or her team was, to dodge that mess cause it would have screamed shade. Meanwhile, while Blake trying to blow out candles and sip her lil champagne, her B-day at 38 was given. Quiet family time. Sources told People she kept it cozy with Ryan and the 4 kids, real low-key. They swear she having a great summer, living stress-free, playing house. But baby, the gag is, this the same woman crying stress and trauma all through them legal docs. So peep this. Blake's birthday rolled around right after she dropped word she's starring in some new flick called The Survivalist. Baby, an action rom-com?
Who greenlit that?
I'ma be real, I wouldn't put my coins on Blake carrying no action comedy love story. But hey, maybe she'll surprise us. Doubt it though. Still, bag is a bag, so she getting booked. Meanwhile, she postin' up at home like she unbothered, sippin' her wine, claimin' she livin' her best life. All that talk about smear campaigns and retaliation? Sis actin' like it don't touch her. Birthday was real chill, Ryan by her side, kids in tow, whole gratitude speech. Love and light. Thank y'all for standing with me. Blah, blah, blah. Cute. But what's the real tea behind that smile? Cause baby, rumor mills say the biggest snub just dropped. Word is Taylor done axe Blake clean off the guest list for her next birthday bash. Phew, that's how you know the friendship casket closed. Oh, hold up. Let me get this straight. Blake out here trying to spin it like Taylor wasn't welcome at her party. Girl, please. I gotta be real. At first I thought it was Taylor dropping Blake from her birthday guest list. But nah, Blake really got the nerve to act like she cut Taylor Swift off? On what planet, boo? Ain't no way Blake pullin' that power move if Taylor even halfway wanted to show up. Let's be honest, when somebody don't come to your party, you don't remove them. You just save yourself the embarrassment and keep it pushing. But Blake? Sis trying to flip it, claiming she iced Taylor out. Baby, the audacity. That don't scream confidence, that scream petty. So now, instead of proof Taylor was snubbing her, this just shows Blake trying to come for Taylor first. Swifties, y'all should be heated, cause Blake really out here frontin' like she too good for an invite.
Wow.
Breaking news, Judge Lyman does the right thing and kicks Perez Hilton's case back to Nevada. This is a massive win.
Phew, let me keep it cute and professional, sorry y'all. Sources close to Blake swear up and down that Taylor is not invited. They used to be thick as thieves, inseparable even, but now, Blake's saying she ain't talking Taylor back, period. Now get this. The streets say Taylor got slapped with a subpoena in Blake's trial, which of course had her heated cause she ain't even got nothing to do with that mess. I honestly believe her. But still, Taylor keeping her head low, moving quiet, and Blake twisted that into betrayal. Reports claim Blake blocking out distractions, trying to focus on her big legal showdown next year. She leaning on Ryan, the kids, and the truth like her little squad. The source even said she ain't wasting time on folks who ain't riding with her when it mattered. Shade straight at Taylor. As for a reunion, another insider said, "Baby, that ship ain't just sailed." Blake done slammed the door, locked it, and threw away the key. Lord, part of me don't even believe Blake like that. But from a PR angle? Yeah, sis trying to paint herself the victim and play defense real quick. Now, baby, this idea that Blake even got a choice in the matter? Chilly, that's comedy. Let's be real, Taylor the one who slammed that door, double-locked it, threw on 10 deadbolts, and probably installed a whole security system on top. Blake ain't cutting nobody off. Taylor been done. That's just how I see it. Anyway, word is Blake ain't even bothered to send a congrats text after Taylor's engagement news. Sis ain't reached out, ain't gone reach out either. Reports claim Blake don't mention Taylor's name at all now, acting like that friendship never existed. Phew, let me hold back my laugh. So we really supposed to believe she ain't thinking about Taylor? Not thinking about how this fallout gone look to her kids. Kids who, let's not forget, got Taylor as their godmother? Like, Mama, where Andy Taylor? Like, can you even picture if Blake was supposed to be in that wedding? Phew, the awkwardness. Now it's just radio silence, and honestly, that's comedy gold. Blake out here spinning the story, like she the one who cut Taylor off. Girl, bye. Blake finally trying to swallow that pill. The friendship's Denizo after that big OL snub. And let's not forget, when Taylor dropped her engagement news, the whole internet was throwing confetti. Even Carly Kloss, who had her own messy history with Taylor, slid in with a lil olive branch like. But Blake? Crickets. Not a DM, not a heart emoji, not even a pity, congrats sis. Nothing. One source told Daily Mail she's flat out not interested in hitting Taylor up. Blake ain't reaching out, ain't planning to, quote, "This isn't the time."
Phew.
But then you got other insiders swearing she's just accepting the friendship's over, at least for now. So which one is it, y'all? Either way, Blake's sitting salty on the sidelines, and the receipts don't lie. Back in June, tea was already spilling. Sources swore Taylor been ghosting Blake, ducking her calls, leaving her on read, even after Blake was low-key begging to patch things up. And now, Blake finally tapped out. Her camp trying to flip it like, "Yeah, we're done. Doors locked, keys gone." Girl, please. They say she ain't reaching out no more, cause what's the point? She got bigger fish to fry. Now she out here acting like she don't mention Taylor's name. Don't even let her cross her mind. Cute lil narrative, but let's be real. We know this the kind of thing she'd normally be hollering about. Same OL quotes floating around, recycled like leftovers.
And now?
No, will she, won't she about Blake being at that wedding. Sis won't.
Period.
And deep down she know it, which is why she ducking the convo.
Facts.
So now she running to these outlets trying to act like she the one removing Taylor, and she's so fine with it. Y'all buying that?
'Cause I ain't.
And don't forget, Blake's big 30th fell on Monday, and Taylor went and dropped that engagement bomb the very next day. Timing messy as hell. But let's be real, Blake ain't sitting at home crying in her wine glass over Taylor's engagement. At least that's the story she pushin', claiming she too busy living her life. Funny though, not a peep from Ryan, not a peep from Blake. Silence all around. So, if any Swifties still wondering whose side to ride with, baby, it's obvious. Taylor ain't rockin' with Blake no more, point blank. And that's major, 'cause Taylor built her whole brand on being a feminist, standing up for victims, using her voice. And she still chose not to back Blake, 'cause sis straight up used her. Blake ran Taylor like a plug, and when the well ran dry, she got tossed. What kills me is folks still capping for Blake instead of Taylor. Y'all blind? Taylor got Sabrina Carpenter in her corner. Sabrina, who literally worked with Justin Baldoni and still follows him. That's a whole sign right there. If both Sabrina and Taylor ain't given Blake the time of day, baby, that says it all. And wait, let me not skip this. Why Travis Kelce unfollow Ryan Reynolds though? Phew. Now that's a plot twist.
Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk about it. If you're feeling the vibe, hit that like button. And if you're new to the fam, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're the first to know when we drop the latest and greatest. Thanks for tuning in.